passion, right? And one of the things I want you to keep in mind as you watch every leader that comes up here to speak, the common denominator with all those leaders, if they're mentally tough, they're mentally tough individuals, right? You're gonna have challenges, you're gonna have to overcome obstacles, but that's why we have a team environment. That's why it's awesome to be a team-made millionaire instead of a self-made millionaire. And you gotta remember fear. Whatever you choose not to confront, if you don't choose not to confront, you fear it. You gotta confront your fears. You gotta get after this. And the next speaker you're gonna hear from is a really, really good friend of mine from Vancouver, Canada. He's been in the business for over 10 years. Him and his wife are 7-figure earners within our company. We traveled around the world. We were yachting, and I forgot exactly where we are. I think we were in Europe, and we were doing some yachting with WFG on one of the super trips. And we were in this beautiful yacht, and we had the entire yacht to ourselves. And it was dinner time. And he came over and introduced himself to my wife and I. He says, hey, I'd like to know if you guys would join us for dinner. And we had some Indian cuisine. The chef made some special Indian cuisine. And we just had a blast. And this was maybe 8-9 years ago when he got started. So I want you guys to give a warm welcome from Vancouver, Canada to Harinda Sukisha.
Thank you, WFG. Thank you, God. Thank you, my family and my WFG family. Here's my pretty wife. We've been married for 36 years plus. And she was just born when I picked her up from the cradle. And she's not only my life partner, she's my most powerful business partner. And she deserves better than this. It's a proud moment for me to address such a wonderful crowd here in Mandalay Bay and people listening to me in MGM Grand. I'm very blessed. And before she leaves the stage, she'd like to say a few words. Oh, you can be right there.
I just want to say, thank God, thanks to WFG, thanks to the leadership who never gave up on us, and thanks to our most wonderful team we have. It's all about team. Thank you.
Wow. It's a blessing that comes in anybody's life. I always say, God has been so very kind to us, to our family, to our people, that we come into this beautiful country. In 2002, September of 2002, we landed here in this wonderful land. And to my surprise, nobody wanted us here. Nobody wanted to give us a chance. Life is total devastation. My pretty wife, we've been the best of friends in our life, and she's upset with me, why did I bring her to Canada? I had no answer. We come to this beautiful country, trying to look for a job, trying to look for a position for ourselves. Nobody wants to hire us. Nobody wants to give us any chance. I don't have any fancy degrees. Yes, I've been a businessman all my life back home, but coming to this part of the world, it was totally different. I didn't have the money to start my business, any kind of business, but the only thing that I had, the burning desire within me that I am going to do something very, very big. But do I find anything? I struggled. The best job I could find was working in a factory making about $1,500–1,600 a month. It was not good enough. It was good enough to just put food on the table, but we had some very difficult moments in our life. And my wife trying to find a job, she couldn't find one, and the best job she was offered to work in a subway, and the lady told her that you're going to clean the toilets and everything before you leave. That's just about 13 years back. And this company came in my life. This beautiful, wonderful proposition came in my life. This wonderful company came in my life. Somebody approached me. Are you looking for something? Are you happy where you are? No, I wasn't. I was struggling. I wanted something very, very seriously. But fortunately, this person who came to my home presented me this opportunity. And half the way through, I was ready. My wife wasn't. She didn't want me to spend $125. I didn't have, but she said, why are you wasting your money? These scams, they come up all the day. And you know what? I said, let me check it out for $125. If I can check out this beautiful company, I'm going to do it. And that's exactly how I started with this company, and it didn't take me long. My leaders were persistent. My leaders were so aggressive. The one thing that happened to me, that I met a few people whom I was trying to recruit in the business. They told me that it was a scam, don't get into this. They called my wife, stop your husband, he's going to be in jail. I come home that evening, and she's all over the place. She says, you're not going back to WFG. I said, what happened? That guy called, this is a scam, and he's going to be in problem. Even she told my son, stop your dad from going to WFG office. And that was me. I want to do this thing so badly, but nobody wants to allow me to do that. And I quit this business. 90 days, my leader would call. I would see the phone, see if it's him, put it off. Does it happen to any one of you? My leader did not give up on me. He was persistent. We've been talking so much about persistency. We've been talking so much about don't give up on people. He did not give up on me. Somebody knocked at my door one day, and I had no option to open it. I just see the guy standing right outside. He says, can I come in? I said, sure you can come in, because that's not our culture to turn somebody off from your home. I said, sure you can come in, but we're not talking about WFG. He says, sure, we'll not talk about WFG. He comes in. So I offered him a cup of tea. I was just making tea in the kitchen, and he came and stood right by me, and he started to talk about what? WFG. I said, we decided not to talk about it. We are not going to talk about it. He says, now since I'm in, I'm going to talk about it. And he did talk about it. And we spent 8 hours that afternoon. And I came into the game. Next morning, he was driving to Edmonton, and he drove me and put me in the meeting with the MDs and SMDs there. I was Mr. Nobody, and he put me in Riyadh's meeting. And Riyadh is asking everybody, what's your date of SMD? And he asked me. I said, SMD is August 31st. I didn't even know what SMD meant. And I became SMD August 31st. The moral of the story is when you make up your mind, there's nothing better than, like Wadi always says, there's nothing better than made up your mind. Made up mind. If you have made up your mind, if you're here today, if you have decided to come in here and win for yourself and for your family, there's nobody can stop you. It's your deal. It's your deal, you're going to take it up. It's your time to win. WFG is such a wonderful platform, and I struggled initially. I struggled and in such a way that I could not even understand how things are going to happen. Within the first 90 days, when I took my license, and my first month paycheck was 3 times that I was making in my full-time job. They tell me 8 minutes, they give me 3 minutes. I don't know why. Anyways, I think the time is over, but I'm so blessed. Because of this company has allowed me to make a 7-figure income and lead an American dream. I'm leading an American dream because